This is Typhon. Typhon is overpowered and incredibly hot, which is exactly what I look for when choosing Arknights operators. So when her banner dropped, I ended up getting her. Or did I? In my previous video, I listed some issues I had with the Arknights gacha system. Something I left out was my story of pulling for Typhon. I planned on talking about it in that video, but I wasn't sure if it would fit with my overall thoughts on the gacha system. So I decided to make this its own video instead, because I knew I wanted to share this story. It all started on a Monday, which was the last day of the Typhon banner. I was 140 pulls deep, so I was 10 pulls away from the guaranteed pity range. It's important to mention it was a Monday because it was a weekly reset. That meant I had a refresh on my record restoration, meaning I could unlock an event and easily grind some Originite Prime. My plan to secure Typhon was foolproof. I would grind out the levels to get a 10 pull, and if I didn't get her from that, I would buy some pulls because she'd be guaranteed at that point. But even the most foolproof plans still have fatal flaws. I think it's important to mention how unlucky I've been up to this point. If you watched my last video, you would know that I pulled for Hoshiguma on the Colonel Headhunting banner and lost every 50-50 until I had enough certificates to buy her from the shop. And suffice to say, the same thing happened here. My luck had just been atrocious when it came to getting the operator I actually wanted. On Typhon's banner, I lost not one, not two, not three, but 5 50-50s. Like, are we serious right now? My luck for getting 6 stars is pretty solid, but if it's not the character I want, then it doesn't really feel like a win to begin with. But I digress. I had my plan in place, and I set it into motion. I farmed up some OP with about 3 hours left until the banner was gone. I did the 10 pull, and I didn't get her, but that was okay, because I was past the 150 range. So my next 6 star was definitely going to be Typhon. So I just needed to go to the shop and, oh, I got a connection error. No big deal. I'll just log back in and, oh, I got it again. For the next few minutes, I kept getting them. I kept trying to get back into the game, but to no avail. So I started Googling fixes. Nothing worked. I went to the Arknights Discord and into the tech support chat, but it was 2 in the morning at that point, so I wasn't going to get a response till the next morning, which the banner would be gone at that point. I ended up figuring out that the issue was some sort of server issue, which is just my luck because of course I get server issues in the last few hours of a banner, which is also the one time I know I'll pull the character I actually want. There had to be a way to fix this, right? Well, I read that using data on your phone would work, but I've been playing Arknights on my PC with Google Play Games, because at the time my phone was on its last legs and had no space for any games. I tried logging in with an emulator, and that didn't work. Then I saw someone saying that using a VPN works, but I thought, a VPN? I've never used a VPN before. I wasn't just gonna buy one to learn how to use it now of all times. It might not even work. I should mention that a free VPN didn't even cross my mind, and I wasn't even sure they existed at that point, so I didn't go through with getting a VPN. Slowly but surely, time made its way closer and closer to the end of the banner, and I still couldn't get in the game. I was pissed at this point. I felt like Arknights was finding any way possible to prevent me from ever easily getting a 6 star I wanted. Typhon was right there. I was going to get her, but forces beyond my control had decided to prevent me from doing so. So I just waited until eventually the banner ended. I was genuinely tweaking at this point. I felt like it was a joke. Like, what are the odds of this even happening? So then I just logged out and went to bed incredibly upset. Fast forward to the next day, and I check out the tech support chat and see that someone was having similar login issues as me. I learned that they were in the same region I was, so we came to the conclusion that it was probably affecting our area specifically. I still couldn't get in the game, which was just salt in the wound at that point, so I decided to try a VPN. And to my utter disappointment, the VPN worked. Because of course it did. Yes, the one thing I chose not to try is the one thing that would have worked. In any case, I suppose there's some positives to take away from this. I met a new friend from the tech support chat, which is cool. And you know, I learned from my mistakes that when in doubt, try everything. But at least I have Hoshiguma, right?